The story of the bison begins in South Dakota, where the Wind Cave herd roams free, one of only 7 such herds in the United States. These bison are especially important because they carry very little genetic influence from domestic cattle, making them key to preserving the original species. In 2009, 23 of these bison were moved to northern Mexico to help repair the ecological damage caused by humans, especially the overhunting that nearly wiped out the species in the 19th century. The bison's return was not just symbolic, it was a necessary step in healing the land. Historically, bison once roamed North America in the tens of millions. But by the late 1800s, driven by demand for hides, meat, and political motives to suppress indigenous populations, they were hunted to near extinction. Mexico was no exception. Spanish colonists and later settlers hunted them until there were none left in the region. As the bison vanished, the prairies they once sustained began to suffer, particularly in northern Mexico, where invasive shrubs took over and fertile soil washed away. What was once vibrant grassland turned barren, and native animals disappeared alongside the bison. Without bison, ecosystems began collapsing. Soil quality declined, biodiversity dropped, and animals like the black-tailed prairie dog, which relied on short grass and open areas, began to vanish. Prairie dog colonies in northern Mexico shrank dramatically. From covering 136,000 acres in 1988, their habitat dropped by 73% within just 2 decades. By 2009, the reintroduction of bison was seen as a critical step to reversing this damage. The Janos Biosphere Reserve in Chihuahua became home to the new herd, and their population has since grown to over 200 animals with support from U.S.-Mexico cooperation. The ecological impact of bison is enormous. Unlike cattle, bison keep moving while they graze, preventing overtrampling and allowing vegetation to recover. Their movement improves water infiltration into the soil, reducing erosion. Their manure acts as a natural fertilizer, rich in nutrients vital for prairie plants. Studies have shown that areas grazed by bison have 40% more nitrogen and greater plant biodiversity. Even their habit of rolling in the dirt helps, distributing seeds, loosening soil, and creating micro-wetlands that support other wildlife. Prairie dogs, small but essential, also benefit from the bison's return. These rodents prefer short grass and dig extensive tunnel systems that improve soil aeration and fertility. They help prevent the spread of invasive shrubs and enrich the ecosystem with their waste. Their presence supports larger predators like the endangered black-footed ferret, which relies almost entirely on prairie dogs for food and shelter. Without the prairie dogs, ferrets can't survive, making their future closely tied to the return of bison. Another unexpected beneficiary of this ecological chain is the burrowing owl. These owls don't dig their own burrows. They live in abandoned prairie dog tunnels and rely on their alarm calls to detect predators. The owls benefit from the open landscape prairie dogs maintain and prey on the insects and small animals attracted to these disturbed areas. In essence, bison are ecosystem engineers whose presence revitalizes the land and supports an entire web of life. By restoring bison to their native lands, ecologists are not just saving one species, they're rebuilding a whole world.